Stifler, ask everyone to rate their looks on a scale of 1 to 10, starting with you. Go ahead.
Maybe like a 6.
Okay.
9.
7. 10 in Jesus' eyes.
Yes.
That's like confidence.
Godfidence?
I love that.
Like confidence in God?
Yes. That's super.
Merged together? Okay.
Yes.
We're rating ourselves?
Yeah, your own self-assessment of your physical appearance.
I think I'm a 7.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess by the world standard, if I'm going to rate myself after having 2 children, I'd probably give myself an 8.
10.
I mean,
Stunning.
I'm not where I'd like to be.
I'm sorry, I thought I was muted. Okay.
What?
Huh?
What? I mean, I'm not physically perfect, and that's okay. Like, I'm humble enough to admit that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Why are you laughing? Enlighten me.
Andrew, why are you laughing, Andrew?
I'm being honest.
Are you thinking about your
Andrew.
wife, Andrew? Stop it.
Andrew, how dare you? How
old are you?
I'm 37.
Yeah, when you were 27, were you a 10?
I probably would have rated myself a 10. I looked pretty good.
Of course you would have. Yeah. So I mean, that's the thing, right? Is there is something, and this has been something you've been suffering from all night, called cognitive dissonance and a inability to grasp what is reality. There is no fucking universe in which you are an 8. Now, the thing is
that's
that
a bit harsh.
that's not me being
Perspective is
mean
different.
even.
Beauty
I'm
is
just giving you
different in people's
objective reality. That is an
Beauty is different in
objective
other
standard
people's
that
eyes.
there's nobody on planet Earth who would disagree with that standard.
Do you want to rate yourself?
I'd be scared to now.
No.
Beauty is different. In
No,
everyone.
I mean, I just think he's
Go ahead.
very
Just
opinionated
if you
man.
can, just-
I'd say like a 5.5. I'm really happy with that.
Okay. All right. There you go.
I'm a 20, 25, maybe 30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I give myself a 5. I'm a 5.
Since we're all going to be delusional
Give it
tonight,
5.
I'll just go with the maximum number I can think of.
He's going max
Like a
delusional.
gajillion.
Max.
Yeah.
Max delusional.
So I'm curious.
Wait, who's the highest? Who is the highest
You're
here?
a
You?
solid 10.
Did you say 9?
I think I said a 9.
You said you're
I
9?
said 10.
Oh, no, so sorry. Yeah, you said you were 10.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I like the poking of the bear, so I'll take this one. I said a 5.5. I still have.
But I didn't say anything was wrong with your answer.
You said everyone seems to be delusional, so I was just like, all right, I'm open to criticism on that one. So.
Killer
Yeah,
of
but do you
Serial
actually believe you're
donated
5.5?
$200.
Like, honestly?
So if smoking a cig is the same as sucking a peen, then what if the guy with whom the peen is being sucked is smoking a cig at the same time? Is he also sucking a peen, or is he smoking a cigarette?
What is this?
Oh, it's all the same, bro. You know, it's all the same. Yeah, if you go rob little old ladies and then beat their brains in on the street, that's the same as stealing a penny, bro. Come on. Like, use your brain. I don't know what's wrong with you. But anyway, back to this. Do you honestly think that you're a 4? So I'm a 4 objectively, right? Maybe less. I understand that. Like, that's objective reality.
I give you like a solid 6.
But do you really are you doing that because it's a humble brag, or are you doing it because it's actual objective reality? Like, this is a problem we run into all the time, right? Trying to determine what you actually think. And I think that a lot of women hide their answer. They don't really think that. Sometimes they just try to humble brag. And so I'm just curious, like, is it actually true? Do you really honestly think you're a 5?
A 5.5? Yeah, I think I work out. I still have a decent 6-pack. I don't smoke. Like physically fit. The reason why, like, I think I'm a little bit lower is like I have scoliosis. So if I'm not holding my posture properly, then it's not the most, like, I look like I'm slunching over.
And you think that that's an honest answer, right?
I think that's an honest, like,
Well, then
again,
let me ask you if you can give me another honest answer. Do you agree with the assessment of the girl who's sitting right next to you who just told us that at 37 she's an 8?
I'm not the host of this podcast.
Yeah,
so I
you're
don't
not
have
going to answer that
but
fucking question, are you?
I think.
I didn't think you were going to answer that. It's all about honesty a second ago.
Okay,
Right?
all right. I'll give, because at this point, I think your self-love is great, but I think the scales they use in the past of like the most beautiful woman in the world, outside of skills and personality, like an 8 is like Angelina Jolie when she was doing the Golden Globes in that dress,
Yeah.
right? I think
Sure,
I
we
would.
only lower it.
I would be a little bit
Angelina
more,
Jolie. Oh my god.
like most beautiful woman in the world,
Yeah.
right? So that's why I'm like, okay, like halfway mark, maybe I'll give myself a 0.5 because I've got some good genetics on that. You know, that's where I went with mine.
Yeah.
Do you think you're better looking than she is?
Me to Angelina Jolie?
Yeah.
God,
no. To the chick next to you. It's all honesty, right? We're all being honest here. Isn't it all about
Give me
honesty?
somebody
Everybody
my-
in this room is better looking
Give
than
me
me.
somebody my own
That's the honest thing.
age, because it's hard to compare. Like, I can't compare with you. Like,
Well, I thought you just got done saying we have an objective standard. Yeah, you can compare.
I think in men's eyes, if we were both wearing the exact same outfit and they were going to approach one, it's blonde hair, blue eyes, a little bit younger, I think, at that point. But,
Unless the men prefer brunettes.
yeah, see,
It's beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
yeah.
You know.
Do you
I'm
think
a-
that the
I'm a
fact that
10 to
she's
my
37
husband,
might
so it's
also
all
have
good.
something to do? Do you think maybe the fact that she's 37 might also have something to do with that?
And that's
like,
what I
honestly?
said. Give me somebody who's the same age, and like I'd be
Yeah.
like, yeah, same age, same whatever, cool. But it's like she's already had 2. She's 37. Like how like
It doesn't seem a little bit delusional to you? Like a little tiny bit that's the answer?
Don't you think she looks great? Like, especially like, how old are you
I'm
again?
not saying. Listen, I'm not
37,
saying
I'm
that.
almost 40.
I'm not
You're
saying. I'm not
like, oh
saying
my
anybody here looks
God.
bad. I'm saying everybody here,
And her outfit's
as
eating.
opposed to me especially, is beautiful, great. But that doesn't mean that the standard doesn't exist. She just got done saying there's an objective standard. I'm like, but you can't compare, really? She's like, well, okay, that actually doesn't make any sense. But she's trying to be nice, right? She's trying to be nice. I want to
No,
nicely
she said
do this.
she said
It's
her
like,
because she said
it's
like a man that
delusional,
would-
right? Come on, it's delusional. You know it
I
is.
don't. I
Just say it's
honestly
delusional.
don't care what you think I rate as because I am a 10 to my husband and I'm married. I'm not on the market. I never will be on the market. So it honestly doesn't
And you
matter.
should be a 10 to your husband. Great. I'm sure my wife thinks I'm a 10 too, but I'm fucking not. So the thing is like, great. I'm glad that he thinks that. More power to him. He should think that. It's fantastic. But back to objective reality.
Do you like the hairstyle, Andrew? I'm like,
It's, you're really doing it tonight, bro.
am I pulling it off?
You need his little curly that hangs down.
Am I pulling it off,
Yeah,
Andrew?
well, you gotta, you
How
have
do you
to do it in
style
such
it?
a
Curly
way
adds a point.
where it looks like it's
Curly.
okay if you're wearing a leather jacket to pick your teeth with a switchblade. That's the key.
Okay,
I
I'll
think
be
you're
I'll be
almost
back.
there.
I'll be back. Okay.
So anyway, yeah, back to this. I'm not even trying to pitch against one another. I'm just saying if there is an objective standard, right, and you agree that there is, then these women's answers are not in any way credible to the
I just think
standard,
for me,
right?
I'm not comparing myself to an Angelina Jolie. I'm comparing myself to myself because I don't live in a world of comparison. I don't sit and compare myself to the women sitting
Well, then how
across
do you
from
know?
me or next. Because I compare myself to what I once looked like.
And didn't you say, okay, I get it,
Mm-hmm.
but then you would be using the objective standard of the world.
Right.
There's
so-
no other way. There's no other
I mean,
standard
but
you
I'm
could
not
be
sitting
using, right?
comparing myself to other women. I'm saying, okay, when I look at myself when I was like 21, like I was at my best version of myself, maybe 25, best version of myself. As I've been aging, obviously, compared to what I used to look like, I would deduct points from myself. But I'm not sitting here comparing myself to like any
Nashinabu donated
beautiful actress.
$200. Wow, blonde girl, I give you props. You may be the only woman on this channel to ever be honest with the ratings. Regardless of the other crap you said tonight, I'm gonna give you a W for that.
With a capital, it's going to be capital W, right? So she did say there's an objective standard. She made sure that she wasn't in any way, shape, or form a hypocrite with that standard. That's why I asked her if that's true. Can you just tell us if these women's ratings are true or false? Tell us.
I'm not the host of the podcast.
No,
I
you
don't have to.
don't
do
want
that.
to?
No, I'm Canadian. Give me a break, man.
Neutral.
That goes against
All right, fair
every
enough,
part
fair
of our code.
Okay. Just saying. I feel like if you were to respond, though, that you would say that a little bit of delusion in the room, yeah? And by the way, I've been sitting exactly where you're sitting, and I know that on camera, all these women look way better than they do in person. I'm just going to say, right? That's an observation that I've made being there many times. So,
Is it good? Doesn't look good, guys.
are they delusional?
Looks great.
He's got it.
You look like a 10, bro.
There you go. Thank you. I'll send you a switchblade, bro.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very
So
much.
are they delusional?
I think the
Is that
world
to-
wants us
who's
to
asking?
compare, but I think all
She's not gonna answer. Come on, answer. Are they delusional? Are they wrong?
Canadian code. I gotta live in America at least for a month before I have the balls to be able to say that one.
All right.
she needs her visa.
I got that. I got that. I'm legally allowed to work here, but the maple syrup has to drain from my veins, so I'm not so sweet.
I like that. That's good.
Good talk. We have a chat here from Brian Jones. Question for Andrew: what would you want your daughter to rate herself at? Not a 10? Question mark. Mine is always a 10, delusional or not. From Brian with the inferior spelling of Brian.
Oh, father's love.
So, would you lie to her, Brian? If your daughter came to you and she was like, let's say she was a little fat kid, and she came to you and she was like, hey, I really want the guy who's the captain of the football team who's out there with Cindy Lou, who is, I don't know, a double D, and she's gorgeous and she has blonde hair. Are you going to lie to her? Or are you going to be like, well, you go get him, honey, because you're a 10? Or are you going to be a little bit more realistic? You don't have to hurt her feelings. But I would do the same thing with
But maybe that
my
football
boy.
player
I'd do
likes
the
that
same thing
kind
with
of
my
girl.
boy. I'd be like, yeah,
The
that
thing
shit's
is-
way out of your fucking league. Are you insane?
But you don't know.
And
Maybe that
what?
footballer
Hang on.
player
Let me
likes
finish. Let me finish. The question was addressed to
These are
me.
not
I'm
godly
sure
answers.
you can
There's
get
no
in
way you're
just
Christian.
after that, right? Hang on a second.
There's no way he's a Christian.
What I'm saying, though, is that, yeah, I think I would be totally honest with her about what is true. Because it's necessary. You have to be honest with people about what is true. It's not comfortable. I get that. Cognitive dissonance sucks. It's not great. But yeah, I think you have to be honest about things.
When I was a kid, I got bullied really bad.
So did I.
Full body brace. I had a shaved head, and I was in Boy Scouts, and I was getting bullied. And I went home crying to my mom, and I was like, Mom, am I pretty? Because all the girls' moms are saying how pretty they were. And I was getting called the boy and stuff like that. And my mom's response was, you're a nice person.
Oh.
But
How did that affect you?
I'm grateful though, in a sense, because like when I was younger, that hurt like balls, because I was like, I am an ugly duckling as I'm getting bullied. But the thing was, my mom's goal was for me to base my life off of my character as a good person, and being, and that's why I got like all those. What the hell are those? I can't even remember right now. It's some reward for being like the nice person in school, and it was by doing good deeds, and so that's what I focused on versus focusing on my looks.
Yeah.
And like my hair, I cut it for cancer to make a wig for kids. So like it was, but instead of it being about the looks and be like, no, you are pretty. Don't worry about those kids. She's like, enough people are going to tell you you're pretty when you're older, so I'm not going to say it to you.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
I had nothing to do with any of this.
But
Moving on.
I think you don't
Go ahead, Nick.
lie
Go
to your
ahead.
kids.
Go ahead, Nick. Save us. Nick, save us. All right, we're going to make it bigger, please.
Oh, I love this video.
Not us. Yeah, put us on the other side. All right. This is related to the leading thing. Go ahead.
So I want guidance. I want leadership. But don't just like boss me around, Like lead me. Lead me when I'm in the mood to be led. So I want guidance. I want leadership. But don't just like boss me around, Like lead me. Lead me when I'm in the mood to be led. So I want guidance.
By the way, that should have been in
Who is this
tab.
guy? It's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's from The Office. Oh, we should have had Andrew's reaction while that was playing. Andrew,
was fantastic.
Your reaction to that.
He's completely right. That's a type of nonsensical thing that I hear nonstop all the time, especially when we're asking about submission, we're asking about marriage, you're wondering why so many of them fail. That's actually the primary reason, is because of the inconsistency in women's ideology and the inconsistency in how they view relationships. I want to be led when I want to be led. I want this when I want that. It's like, that's not submission, that's not marriage, it's nonsense. I don't know what the hell that is. But this is what we hear time and time and time again. And it's complete and total, from my purview, cognitive dissonance of, I just don't know what the hell I want. And there's a huge and ample array of studies which show that women basically all over the world, and I'm going to tell you this, right? And I'll give those to Brian if he wants to show them to anybody. Basically, women everywhere are unhappy and miserable. Everywhere in the whole world. They're just never fucking happy. It's crazy. But when they're polled, right, when they always have a lesser happiness index, no matter where. Even in the countries where they're supposed to be the happiest, they're just always fucking miserable. And it's because I think a lot of this feminism and westernized ideology has been exported, and basically women have forgotten what their place in the world is. And it's not beside a man, it's behind him.
Cool. Do you guys agree or disagree? Agree? Disagree? Thoughts? Opinions?
That's why
feelings?
women are unhappy.
I think if you have Jesus, you're happy. Period. You're
Well,
grateful
a lot of
every
them claim
day.
they
You're
have
grateful
Jesus and
every
also
day
claim
that
they're
He
quite
saved your
miserable,
life,
so.
and you want to spread that to other people, and you are happy. If you're not, then obviously there's something that you need to work on. So I think you're comparing it maybe to, I don't know where you get your stats, but it's definitely not.
Well, you can find them over on Rachel Wilson's Substack. She did an entire article on this, explaining where all of
On
these
miserable Christians
different...
who have a relationship with Jesus.
What?
No, he's saying just women in general because of following the
Yeah.
feminism movement.
Yeah, but even if they identify as being Christians, they're still miserable.
No, then
Well, I
there
mean-
are many. There are many, right? But I
Yeah,
mean,
there are
for
many.
me,
They're
I
not
have
following him
had
correctly.
a close relationship to God for 12 years, and I've been consecutively like full of joy for the last 12 years. Like, I'm very happy. I'm happily married. I love my husband. I love my children. Like, you know, sure, I've had seasons like after giving birth where things were hard, but for the most part, I've had consecutive joy for 12 years.
Yeah, that's great. I understand what you're saying, but this really doesn't address what I'm saying, which is that there's many people who identify as being Christians who are still, especially females, seem to be quite miserable.
Yeah,
right?
they must not be following him correctly. No, I mean,
It's because wait.
they had a relationship
I thought
with him,
there
they'd
was
be
no
so full of
standard a
joy.
minute ago. It's just about your relationship with the Lord. There's no standard. They're not following him correctly. That's so weird.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
thought there was no
I've met a
standard
lot
5
of women
minutes
in the
ago.
church who are very unhappy. They're negative, they're complainers, all the things. But then when I ask them about their spiritual walk, like they don't read their Bible hardly ever. They show up to church, and that's
they
about
have
it.
to.
So it's more than that. Like, you should be reading your Bible daily. You should be praying and worshiping and spending time with God, because the fruit of the Spirit is joy. One of the fruits of the Spirit is joy. And so if you're an unhappy person, then what's going on in your heart that's making you unhappy that you haven't either sought therapy or allowed Jesus to heal you from?
Therapy's an L, bro. Red flag.
You can
if she's
find
in
this. It's
therapy.
called The Paradox of Declining Female Happiness. It's fantastic. I highly recommend that people read this so that they understand it. But everything that you just said would still adhere to a standard, right? So we're talking about a standard.
So you don't try to make your wife happy because she's already miserable.
No, I didn't say
kinda
that. It has
base.
nothing to do with why. How does that even follow? Can you explain the logic to me? I'm going to sit here patiently while you explain how that even made sense.
You're saying all women are miserable, so you don't even have to.
I don't think he said all women.
No, that's not what I said.
He didn't
I
say
said
that.
there is a paradox of the decline of female happiness globally, and that basically everywhere you pull them, they're less happy than men. Almost everywhere.
Wait,
They're
Andrew,
less happy.
Andrew, can I be devil's advocate here? You probably hear this retort.
I feel like men aren't as honest with their
Andrew,
emotions.
then how do you explain the fact that men are deleting themselves at higher rates, if that's true?
And they're not as honest
Because they're
about their
better at it.
emotions.
Okay.
They both. It's true. They both. Actually, when it comes to unaliving, women and men are about on par with the attempts. It just happens that men are so good and skilled at basically everything they do that they actually follow through
Damn, this is kinda
and
dark.
actually end up with determination, whereas women do not, because they fucking suck at it. That's why. I mean, I'm not even kidding. That's
They
true.
suck
The
at deluding
attempts made
themselves.
are about equal. They just suck at it.
I have a question for Andrew.
Word.
Yeah, go ahead.
What about putting in a tampon?
What the fuck? Wait, actually, you know what?
That was a joke. I'm totally kidding.
Like
but
men?
I was just like,
Are you talking about like trans women?
I mean, no, but just like
Trans women?
I
I bet.
was just like, are men really better at putting in tampons?
Like I think trans women are probably better.
Yeah, I'm sure that male doctors who are gynecologists probably
That's
are.
totally a joke, though,
Like-
Andrew.
But
Yeah,
you know
no, it was a
what?
joke back. It's just that mine was funny. But anyway.
But actually, like trans women or whatever, like
Right.
I think they're kind of like better at a lot of shit. Like didn't a trans woman
Well, like I'll give you an example of what you're saying here, like what Brian is saying. I have yet to find a skilled pro-feminist female debater anywhere, and I put out the call on the biggest platforms you can imagine.
Killer of Serial donated
But there's a lot of
$200.
trans
What
pro-feminist
is the
debaters who
real
are pretty
feminist
good
message in
because I think they're
2024?
men. Because they're
What's
men.
it about
That's
anymore?
why.
Could men be deleting themselves due to this message?
what is the real feminist message in 2024? What's it about anymore? Could men be deleting themselves due to the feminist message? Probably. Feminism probably has definitely had an impact on it. I'd wager. I'd say here while we have that up, I'll ask a question related to that kill of cereal. Andrew and Baroni are Baroni. Who's Baroni?
You.
I think that's you.
Oh,
I think you're
B-Roni, what the fuck?
Yeah, B-Roni. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Based AF. These girls want honesty but can't be honest with themselves. Don't speak on Christianity. If you can't tell me a single verse, nothing worse hearing OF girls talk about what's right and wrong when they sell pics of their beehole for $2. Isaac 1414, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Isaac Aroni, thank you.
I
dude.
got out of the industry, by the way.
The
so
show.
I'm not in the industry.
Which I'm very happy about, and good for you.
Thank you.
Very happy that happened.
Let's switch gears here for a little second. Well, actually, Kill of Cereal. I'll ask a question for Kill of Cereal here. Do you consider yourself a feminist?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No. I don't know.
No.
No.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
Wait, so yes and yes.
I mean, like,
I definitely have values of a feminist, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't say like I'm a hardcore like
Okay.
We'll
feminism.
read it really quick.
I agree, yeah.
Andrew Wilson from Rachel Wilson, the wife of Andrew Wilson. Andrew's a wonderful husband and he makes me very happy, but he doesn't suffer nonsense, so I don't give him any. Simple.
We're glad to hear that you're happy.
Any thoughts, ladies? Any thoughts? Okay, all right.
she doesn't give him like reasons to suffer.
Smoking.
Tell him the quick.
Yeah, well, there's nothing worse, and the Christians on the panel can tell you, than a nagging wife. Very biblical, right?
Proverbs 21:19.
Nothing worse. Nothing
Proverbs.
worse than a nagging wife.
Proverbs.
But
tell you one
but
time.
anyway, back to this, Brian. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to derail.
Yeah, so you're a feminist. You're a feminist. What does that mean? What are we talking about here?
Definitely not like proclaim like I'm a feminist, but definitely
okay.
just similar values.
Yeah,
Such as? What are the similar values?
like not hating women.
Well, okay, hold on.
Solid.
But would you agree? Would you agree that you could be not a feminist or even anti-feminist and love women or not hate women?
I haven't like come across an anti-feminist who loves women. I think.
You've not come across an anti. You do realize men can be feminists, women can be feminists,
Yeah.
and so you've never come across an anti-feminist that does not hate women. Or wait, did I get that mixed up?
Yeah, that's what she's saying. She's saying that there's nobody she's met who is anti-feminine, who's a male, who doesn't hate women. That's what I got from that. Is that incorrect?
Wait, now I'm confused. No, I haven't personally met someone who declares himself as anti-feminist who loves women.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Right. So all the anti-feminists you've met hate women. That's basically what you're saying.
Yeah, in a
Okay.
way.
But you do. Do you acknowledge?
What do you mean in a way? Is that what you mean or not what you mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay.
But you do acknowledge that you can be anti-feminist and also not hate women.
Yes.
And you can love women. But all the ones you've met happen to have all hated women. Okay, and what about you?
I don't even think I've really come across someone who proclaims themselves as like, I'm so anti-feminist, like wears it on their forehead like that.
Are any of the girls here
Oh,
anti-feminist?
well, you've met one, because I'm anti-feminist.
He's anti-feminist.
Oh, okay.
Any girls here anti-feminist?
I don't think I would say I'm anti-feminist. I kind of think it's bad for women in a way.
Okay.
Being in the military, definitely.
Wait,
knowing-
into the mic.
Oh, sorry. Being in the military and knowing like combat control, all these people that do special forces, like of course, women cannot do the same thing that they do. Period. So I don't.
Did you answer?
There's no argument.
Did you answer?
I'm not anti-feminist.
Okay.
I'm not anti-feminist.
I mean, I'd say like I'm anti-feminist movement because it stands for with
Yeah.
the abortion movement and all that. So like I'm not pro-abortion, and amongst other things.
Well, let's just say that feminist ideology didn't have anything to do with abortion. They went over to the pro-choice side because they thought there wasn't enough women in society, for instance. Would you then support feminist ideals absent abortion?
No.
And why not?
Well, I definitely don't agree that women are equal to men. Like, I think the original movement might have started off with good intentions, like women being able to vote and women, you know, being able to work. But as far as like men and women being equal, like, I mean, my husband can lift a whole lot more than me. Like, we're clearly not equal in that sense.
Yeah, well, I get it, but what about under the law? Should men and women be equal under the law? Should you have the same rights and privileges as men? That would be feminism. Feminists wouldn't necessarily say that men and women are equal when it comes to strength and when it comes to physiology. They would say that they should be equal and be equitable under the law instead.
Do you want to answer?
Sorry, I got distracted by the music that was playing. So do
No. Hold on. Let you answer and then.
Okay.
Again, I'm not fully informed on this topic, so I modern day, what we see on social media, I'm against that. I think it's an absolute war on men. I think we need to have masculine men on society, and I think that we should have equal rights, but I think we need to stop shitting on men, and I'm tired of, so if that's the case, yes, I am anti that movement, because we need to appreciate that the infrastructure we have that we're saying we don't need men was created by the men, and now it's in place. Now all of a sudden we're saying we don't need these men anymore, and that's what I think the new modern day feminism is, and I don't agree with that.
It's all feminism. All of you guys have stated nothing but feminist ideals. I haven't actually heard a single ideal out of any of you that's not a feminist ideal, including the one that you just stated, which is a feminist ideal, which is that they should be equal under the law, they should be equal, there should be equity between men and women. It's just that you think that women shouldn't be so mean to men because men built the infrastructure around society. There's fourth wave feminists who bring that up all the time as an argument. It's still a feminist ideal. Feminism is about egalitarianism. That's what it's about. It's about egalitarianism and equality between men and women underneath an idealized law which creates equity between both sexes. That's what it is.
For you two who said you were feminists, so why are you feminist? Like, are you fighting for women? Here, okay, we'll start with you. Are you fighting for women's rights, basically? Is that kind of what you're doing?
Definitely not fighting. Looking back, like I do just like have some feminism values. Others, it's like, like I agree with some of the other ladies like in the room right now who don't have the exact same opinion on me.
Well, what about you? Had a pretty strong position on this.
Well, now I'm being persuaded too, because I think.
Oh, we're changing her.
Andrew, you're too powerful.
No.
You're too powerful.
Oh no, it's not because of me. You just came to it all on your own. It had nothing to do with the mean guy on the screen.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, right. Sure. I believe you.
What you were saying, I agree with, where it's like, I don't think it's very productive to be hating on men in order to like for women to gain more power. I don't think it's productive at all. But
This is also, but it's also.
Wait, you want women to gain power?
I'm not saying like at this point, I don't really know any rights that women don't have that men don't. Like, if anything, I'm thinking that men's getting the shit end of the stick, especially when it comes to childcare. And I think that men need equal rights when it comes to, like, that's the point. It's supposed to be equal and equal. But at the same time, like, I agree with you. I think it would be stupid to, you know, draft women, just because skill-wise. I think that there's a lot of things we just don't have the same ability to do as men, and that's not just physically, but it's just emotionally and rationally. So for me, like I said, this isn't my point of education. This is just from my opinion of my understanding, what I'm seeing today, and that's just that.
Couple questions here. For you two, you guys say you're feminists. So can you guys think of, are there any rights that men have that women don't? We'll start there.
Everyone has the same equal rights now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
As far as I'm aware, yeah. I think my whole thing is like, I grew up in a very liberal town where it was like you just kind of had to be.
Camden?
I guess. Sorry?
Camden?
No. I come from Montclair.
Oh, okay.
Jersey.
Jersey, yeah.
Yeah, it's small. So if like I wasn't a feminist, I don't know what I would be, if that makes sense. Like I don't really have like that's just all I know, I guess. And I guess I haven't really educated
That actually
myself
makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Feminism is basically the air that we breathe, and it's the water we swim in, whether people know it or not. It's ingratiated in society. So you may not have any other position other than that. So if you say, I really don't know anything besides feminism, I believe you.
Thank you.
It's the mainstream. Do you guys believe in the patriarchy?
But it's still a bad position. It's still like when
That's fine.
Just saying.
That's fine.
Is there a patriarchy?
I thought liberals were open.
Patriarchy? Is there a patriarchy?
I don't know.
They teach this in college, don't they?
They do,
The
yeah.
patriarchy.
I mean,
high school even. Do you believe in the patriarchy theory? The patriarchy? Is there a patriarchy?
yes.
Yes?
I want to say.
Sure.
Sure?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. And what is that? So what is the patriarchy?
It's patriarchy is when like men rule, right?
Mostly, right?
Men rule, women drool. Wait, what? Okay, that's
No, that was my fault.
Yeah, essentially, I would largely agree with that characterization. I know it's really hard to come up with a definition on the spot. So if you were to define it as essentially men being in charge, I wouldn't fight back against that definition. Do you think that there is a patriarchy and that's bad?
Not necessarily. I mean, we don't know anything other than that if we're like talking about like our presidents and stuff, right? So if they're like leading us, it's only no, yeah. But yeah.
What's the patriarchy? This is like the mainstream feminist thought.
I mean,
about
like, yeah, like I would want men to like take the lead.
Wait, you want men to take the lead?
What? Wait, what?
She's becoming an anti-feminist
If you want a patriarchy, why would you be a feminist?
Like I said, like I'm definitely like.
She's down for the patriarchy.
Sure. I don't.
Can you say the patriarchy is based? Can you say that?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
The patriarchy is based.
What do you mean it's based?
Based.
Oh, it's awesome.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Can you say it? Can you say the patriarchy is awesome?
It's not bad. It's not bad.
The patriarchy is awesome.
That one's for you, Grid One Motorsports.
Okay.
Clip it, put it on your channel.
All right, there you go. Okay. Should I just throw this out there? I personally think maybe I'm the only feminist left at this table.
Oh no.
I think women should be drafted in the military. Any of you want to bite on that one?
I don't understand why people don't take the stance of no one should be drafted.
Well, there's just certain geopolitical realities when it comes to warfare. Like you're never going to be able to get rid of the draft because there's there could be some threat, domestic, foreign, universal, like fucking aliens or some
and
shit.
there's not enough people in the military already.
What if there's aliens, bro?
I don't know.
We're gonna have to draft for the aliens. I don't know. But yeah, you can't. They're never gonna. You can't get rid of the draft. Just realistically, practically speaking.
But the military has great benefits, so we don't have to draft.
Well, that's what I was wondering, that there's not enough people in the military already.
No, even Donald Trump, like, I got a full sleeve. He even let us have tattoos. Like, he was trying to make it military more
more chill,
accepting,
more chill.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I think you guys all agree with me. Like we should draft women, right? Don't you guys agree?
I already did my
military.
Cargos are cute.
Right?
Sure.
You guys have no pushback? Do you guys agree? Do you agree that we should draft women into the military?
No.
Jeez, I'm the biggest feminist here. What's going on?
I mean,
I don't think we should. I don't think it would be helpful, really.
No, really.
What do you mean? You guys could
I'm not doing nothing.
Support.
No way.
I mean, if someone puts me, like, drafts me in the military, I'm so sorry. I'm running the other way. That's it. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Do you think that men have a duty to defend you while you sleep using the military? And if a draft came in, do you think that men would be cowards if they did not go to the draft?
I get it. Like, I don't want to go to the draft either. I wouldn't. I don't necessarily think they'd be cowards. I would just think of it like simply as like.
Well, then who would protect you?
Couldn't tell you. I don't know.
So I mean, well, this is kind of a pertinent point. If nobody responds to the draft, and we have, like, I don't know, an enemy military that wants to invade or do horrible, heinous shit, which has happened in the past, then who defends you?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
AI.
Yep.
Just nobody defends you. So do you think that men have a responsibility to show up for the draft, if they're drafted, to defend the nation, to make sure that you're protected?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Well, then how come you don't?
I mean, if we have to, we have to. Like, again, like, if men who aren't drafted in the military don't protect us, like, I don't know who's going to protect us.
Right. So if they have that responsibility and they're cowards if they don't go to the draft, right? Somebody has to go. You would prefer that it's them over you, right?
Yes.
That doesn't sound very equal. Sounds like a privilege. Doesn't it sound like a privilege?
It definitely is a privilege, yes.
It definitely is a privilege. So it's like a right that you have that men don't.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess when you're talking about feminism being part of this equality and anti-patriarchy, it would appear that the patriarchy is necessary because you want them to go and fight wars on your behalf so that you can sleep at night without having any troubles, right? And you don't want to go fight those wars. Right?
Yeah, I completely understand what you're saying. Like, looking back now, like, there's so many other opinions against feminism, or maybe just no standpoint for feminism, that I completely, like, I'm gaining a new
There is a standpoint for feminism. It's called standpoint theory.
Okay.
And this is the prism from which feminism is viewed. Standpoint theory means only from the standpoint of women. They actually went through and revised history books so that the history would only reflect the standpoint of women. It's called standpoint theory. So there is a standpoint for this.
I mean, just, I meant, like, not, like, anything else, but just, like, in the room right now. Like, I'm just meant, like, I'm open to everyone's opinions, and I am agreeing with, like, other people's opinions other than mine, including yours.
Okay.
Honestly, I think we should draft women first. Like, kind of soften up the enemy a bit. Like, soften them up with the women.
Distract them.
Yeah. So, you know what? Send the OnlyFans women first, and they can, like, attack nude. And then, like, the enemy is just, like, bamboozled. Oh, look, some fucking titties. And then, boom, we just fucking dispatch them. Like, the dudes come in, and, like, we do, like, the dispatching and shit. Like, dispatching and shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that thing. Dispatching.
Can I ask a question? So when it comes to the drafting, like, I do know there's a few countries that do force training, though. So how do you guys feel about all women and men being military trained but it doesn't necessarily mean women are being forced to the front lines. But at least
Like
we have
force them to the
no,
front
but
lines.
we have
front lines.
because like I was very interested in joining our military, but as a field medic, because I know my role. I can't, but I do know my skills with medicine and other things, that it's like I absolutely want to do my part, but I'm not going to be serving him any good if, like, when you could have somebody who's 6'4" and jacked, and versus me at the front lines. Like, I'm not actually doing a proper service. I should know my place.
He's not that jacked.
What do you guys feel about
Wait, what?
like mandatory training?
Women can pull triggers.
I think it's really awesome. So Israel does that, where you have to go and you train no matter what. And I think it gives you an appreciation, like me being in the military, it really gives you appreciation of your country. And it really makes you grow up. You leave your house, you're what you know, and you have to be told what to do, like shut up and color. And it's a great way to really grow. And then on top of that, you learn a lot of skills that you wouldn't in the civilian world that would take you a long time, like the positions they put you in. It's just great learning experience, diversity. I think I think America should do that, because these men these days are a little bit different, a little bit softer.
All right, fine. I guess last thing here. I'm going to throw this out. If any of you want to have a little back and forth with me or Andrew on this, I don't know. I don't know if this is actually Andrew's position, but men are, speaking of feminism, men are and have been more oppressed than women. Anybody?
I think they like being the leader.
I
think
anybody
it's not an oppression.
Kill of Cereal donated $200. The patriarchy is here to protect you with our 15s in the house, trucks that don't get stuck in mud, homegrown food, being drafted, drilling the oil for everything in your life, and putting away danger.
What a great super chat segue into Brian's point. It's wonderful.
That was great.
Appreciate that,
Thank you.
killer of the cereal.
Thank you, killer of cereal.
Yeah, I think men like being the protectors, so I don't think it's really like something. I mean, obviously some men don't want to be at all, and they're very, different.
Well, my statement was men are and have been more oppressed than women as it relates to, because we're talking about feminism, and one of the kind of talking points of feminism is how women throughout history and even current day are oppressed, and by comparison they're more oppressed than men. Anybody want to bite?
I can only talk about today. And
we could talk about today.
Well, yeah. So for me, again, this isn't not my field, not my expertise. This is just what I see as a personal thing. Is we can talk about how we feel and but heaven forbid a man tries to express like, hey, these are the issues I see with my buddies. Like mental health is this issue, and it's like when a guy does good, I feel like they just absolutely get shit on. So I don't know. There's these stupid Instagram posts that I'm seeing where. There's one where it's a voiceover and it goes, how hard can it be? A man does it. How hard could it be? A man does. Like that type of stuff, like that is so sexist. And if men started posting that, we'd be all up in flames. So I think there's a very one-way
I think
situation.
It's your algorithm, because mine doesn't get that.
It's well, because I'm kind of against that, and I think it's because people are like resharing it, being like, hey, have you guys been seeing what's going on, right? And just like I've got a younger brother, and like if I end up having a son, like I'm worried, because it's like I don't think that they care at all really about men. It's all about the pendulum swinging too far is where I feel like we wanted the middle, and now we're at this point of like virtue signaling, and it's to the point that we have to beat someone down to feel like we are still going up.
We only care about transgenders mostly right now.
So that's a whole different thing. Like I didn't believe
that's the emphasis right now in the world.
That's okay. Yeah,
I know. I'm just saying.
Wait, you're from Canada, right?
Out there.
Are you from Canada?
Yeah, I'm from Canada.
Sensitive subject over there.
No, we have like.
Do you guys talk about it as much as Americans?
We're the ones who have like the male woodworking teacher who decides to wear fetish prosthetic breasts into his woodworking class that you see like in the fishnet stockings.
What the fuck?
And like they're this big.
Damn, them
and
some giants.
He is then identifying as it's totally a fetish, but in his outside daily life, he's a normal him. But
demons.
That's crazy.
Like, okay, that's
who's the guy who's challenging Trudeau? Is it Polivier? how do you say-
Olivier, yeah, I do
Olivier?
photography for him once in a while.
You think you could get him on the show? You think he'd come on?
Definitely not. No.
Well, he wouldn't come on the show, or you wouldn't be able to do it.
You gotta message his people.
I got a message. Yeah, he's doing good. He's doing good things over there.
His perspective is he sticks more with the financial and things like that. He doesn't really hit the.
We have Justin R here. Being out of the industry doesn't matter. The internet is forever. Now, based on your selfish, got to get money, fast desires, you, your family, and your kids will always be shamed for a great decision.
Yeah, this is actually a good point to bring up, which is that, and I don't know why this is not brought up more often, but I do tend to bring it up quite a bit, which is what happens when your kids come over to you and say, hey, look, Mom, this is you blowing this guy, and we have it all on film. And this is you blowing this guy, and this guy, and this guy also. And all these kids at school are beating me up, Mom.
Yeah.
And so that seems like one of the best arguments against pornography I can ever think of.
Yeah, I totally agree. Honestly, I think that when I was in the porn industry, I really didn't think about the future. I honestly didn't care if I lived or got deleted from life. Like, I really hated myself. I was very insecure, had a lot of self-inflicting thoughts. So I didn't consider the future. And now that I am a wife and a mother, that is something that my past has come back to haunt me now that I'm, like, my husband and I, we were practicing, no sex before marriage. And we were on a date one day and he gets a direct message and somebody sent him a picture of me with another man. He'd never even seen me naked. I was mortified. And so, yeah, I think that our decisions definitely have consequences, and I'll own up to that. One thing that I'm doing with my children is already kind of having like age-appropriate conversations. My daughter's only 4, but I often tell her, Mommy used to make a lot of bad decisions, and she doesn't know what that means. She goes, what did you used to eat, like a lot of candy? And I'm like, oh, kind of worse than that, babe. Like, I'm not going to tell her at 4 years old. But that is a conversation that my husband and I will have to have with her. And I share this in all transparency because those 7 years that I was in porn, I wish that I could give those years back. I wish that I didn't go down that path. I really do, because our
You're
decisions
right, but you
do
can't
have
put
consequences.
the toothpaste back in the tube.
Right, I
But the
can't.
beautiful
And
thing is God
I own up
uses-
to that, and I'm not trying to say that what I did, I'm
not
owning up
beating
to that.
I'm not
It
beating you up
sucks.
for it. I'm glad that you repented and moved on from it. But what I'm saying to you specifically, and it's very important, because it's tying back to our earlier shame conversation. Is there anything worse that you can think of that would bring shame to your children more than them seeing their mother having sex with men on video? Could there ever be? I can't actually think of anything that would make a child more ashamed of their parents than that. I can't think of anything.
The thing is,
I think if you were a serial killer, that would be less shameful to a child than having that happen.
Not
to
really,
them at
because
school.
they wouldn't have their mother in their life. She'd be in prison. But no, it's definitely...
I'm talking about shame, not about outcomes. That would still be less shameful, I think, than if somebody walked over and went, "Hey, look, I fapped to your mom last night." No, like, I can't think of anything more like
so
that
I've
would be
been
more
out of the
horrible to a kid
industry.
than that.
I have been out of the industry for 12 years. Okay, so it's been a long time. There's a lot of people that are out there and doing their thing. But regardless, I am teaching my children how to be empathetic. So, for example, we see a homeless person in the store. You know what, babe? Let's go and pay for his groceries. I'm teaching my children how to empathize with people so that when that time does come, it's like, yeah, I know my mom did that and that sucks. But like, I also teach my daughter too, 4 years old. This is a great for any parents out there because children are being exposed to porn at the age of 8 years old. So what I do is I tell my daughter.
Hang on, I gotta ask you
teach
just
my
to follow
daughter.
up.
I'm still on a thought here, so just a moment, please. I teach my daughter that if anybody ever shows her,
we gotta go bang, bang, bang. You know what I mean?
If anybody ever shows, I taught my daughter, if anybody ever shows you an image or a video of anybody that is wearing anything less than what you'd see someone wearing at the beach, immediately turn away and go and tell an adult because that is not appropriate.
Got it. Now let me ask you a question. Let's assume one of my kids is at school and another kid goes over to him and says, "Hey, I have a video of your dad smoking." Do you think anybody gives a flying fuck?
I didn't say that prostitution and smoking are the same thing. So are you asking
So they're
me
not
that?
equal. You
No,
don't think
I
they're
didn't.
equal
I
sins
never
now?
said that they were. I never said that they were. Go back.
I think
rewind.
the beautiful thing
I
is
didn't
God
say that.
uses all things for good, and now she has a testimony, and she can help so many women. And our goal in life is not to make our kids
Well,
happy.
let me ask you the same
Our goal
question.
in
Do you
life
think
is to
that when
serve
one of your
God.
kids goes over to you
Okay,
and
I'm
somebody
not
shows
done.
them
So-
pornography of their mother, that they're going to care about that more than their dad smoking a cigarette? I've just got to know.
The point is, she now with her testimony, she can use that to help so many women, and that's the reason that we're here on this earth, to help other people. It's not to make sure your kids aren't ashamed. That's
can
life.
you answer my
life
question?
is tough. You're gonna have people break your heart. You're gonna have people,
Yeah,
you know,
can
be
you answer my
ashamed.
question?
No
Do you
one's
think that
perfect.
if one of my kids, if somebody comes over to one of my kids and says, look at your daddy smoking in this video, that's going to be in any way comparable to them going over and say, look at my mom giving this guy a rim job? Do you think that those are in any way comparable at all?
No, in the carnal worlds.
Carnal.
Answer the question.
I
Yes?
said
You
no,
think
in the
they are?
carnal
You think that
world.
that's
In
going
the-
to bring
in the carnal
shame
world.
to my?
But you know,
think my
she can
kid's
help
going to be
more
like,
people
oh my
going through the
God,
industry.
he is? He's smoking a
You know what?
cigarette.
Going through the
Wow.
industry, she can help more people than somebody who hasn't been through the industry. She can bring more people to God with her testimony. We stand on the power of our testimony. And the fact that she did that and now she's living in purity and walking in purity, she can do more than those people who have never done OnlyFans.
What does that have to do with my question?
My question
It has.
I mean,
you're doing everything
the
but
carnal
answering the
world?
question.
The carnal world.
I just feel like in
Are there
in
other?
God's eyes,
What's the other
because
world?
to everybody else, spiritual world. In the
What's the
spiritual
other world?
world, she's able to help so many people with her testimony, just like
But the question
I am.
is, what's worse? Is
I
this
said
smoking
no.
a cigarette?
Yeah,
said
I'm
no.
going to ask you. So let me
said
ask.
the
Hang on.
smoking the
Don't say
cigarette is
anything.
not
Let me
as
ask the
bad.
question, and then I'm going to be quiet while you answer it.
I
But
already
please try to answer it directly. Let me just ask it directly. Assuming that you and I have a kid in the same school, and he walks over and he's like, look at your dad, he's smoking a cigarette, and shows him a video. And he says, oh yeah? Well, look at your mom, she's giving a guy a rim job. Which one do you think is going to be more embarrassed?
I already answered that before.
Yeah, so can you answer it now?
The rim job.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to be clear.